All right, Bree, thanks for chatting with me today. I wanted to ask you a couple questions about your experience doing HBA with us for round one. First question I had was, how has your perspective on managing stress and burnout changed since doing HBA?
Completely, like 100% changed. I think the biggest thing that I'll say is before HBA, stress felt like something that would just happen and I had no control. I'm sorry, I need to shut the door.
You're
My
okay.
kids are gonna be screaming, but
Okay.
now I feel like when stress happens, like I know that there's a way out of it. Like I know that I have tools now that I can use that actually help me rather than just feeling stuck in that moment of like overwhelm, if that makes sense. Like I'm very much a keep it all bottled in until it like spirals out of control type of person. So when stress happens, I like bottle it in until I can't hold it in anymore.
Yeah.
And HBA has given me the outlet to like get rid of that. Like so it's not sitting there. So it's
Yeah.
not taking up mental space.
Yeah, that's amazing. What actually motivated you to hop into HBA? What was the thing that made you say, "Yep, I'm doing this"?
Your podcast for sure.
Love
You came
that.
recommended by a friend, obviously, but I started listening to your podcast and I love how brutally honest you are. I'm very much the same. You get exactly what's on my mind at all times. And I really relate to that because I feel like I get perceived sometimes as like being a strong personality, but it's what I need to change, if that makes sense. Like I need that back. I need people who call me on my ish and tell me like, hey, no, actually you're not doing it all right. So like hearing you on the podcast and just knowing like I can relate to this girl, it just made me like trust you. I don't know how to explain it. Like I just trusted you before I even like hopped in.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people either work with me one on one or hop into HBA after telling me they've listened to like 6 or 7 of my episodes back to back and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yep, this is where I need to be." So that makes a lot of sense.
I think I like binged your podcast, like every single one of them in like a week. Yeah.
That's intentional. That's why the episodes are so short. They're meant
Yeah.
to be like, "Ooh, I want more. What's the next thing she has to
Yes.
say?" So I know you're super busy. You've got a lot going on. You've got kids, you're working. Did you find the structure and the layout and the deliverability of HBA to be easy to like follow and implement and actually complete, given how just busy and on the go you are?
Yes. I think I was worried in the beginning thinking it was going to be like another thing, like another like check mark to make every single day. But the fact that you said they are so, the size of the messages are so they're such a trunk. Like you're able to just take it and digest it and listen to it again if you need to. I love that it came in text message form because obviously we're all on our phones. I told you that today. I was like, if you don't get a hold of me, text me because like that's my phone is always around. So I loved that, and I loved that it was always first thing in the morning because it was something I could fill my brain with right away, and then my day just like always. It was on the days that we didn't have the mind or the minds apps. It was just like what am I doing with my day? Like I felt almost lost, if that made sense.
It does. It does. How did you feel about the Lifeline feature in HBA?
I loved it. I think that I didn't utilize it as much as I could have because I was like, oh, I need another one of these. And I kind of judged myself in that aspect, I guess. But then I let go of that in week one and I used it whenever I needed it. And I think there's probably three of them that I still use like daily.
Good. Good. So you're building your toolbox.
Yes, I
Any
like to.
advice? Yeah, no, that's
Yes.
amazing. Any advice or like words of encouragement that you would have for someone that might be on the fence about doing HBA with us? There's a lot of people that I've talked to that are like, I want to do it, but I'm just super scared to do it. Anything that you'd want them to know?
It's worth it. I think obviously we live in a time and place where like the economy is so hard. Hold on 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Sorry.
You're okay.
The downstairs TV is not working.
It's
Um,
okay.
what was the question?
And you,
Oh, jumping into HBA. I think,
motherhood, motherhood right
yeah,
now.
that's my 3-year-old. Yeah, she's very much like when I'm like 1 second, she's like, no, I need to tell you right now. And I'm like, 1 second, please. And she's like, no,
It's totally
she's me in a
okay.
3-year-old's body. So,
I get it.
um, Jumping into HBA though, yes, I think we live in a time and place where like money is hard right now. I think a lot of us feel that pressure of just like what the economy looks like right now. And it's hard. I know as a mom myself, it's hard to spend money on yourself. It's hard to look around and be like, oh, we could use this, for so many other things. It is 1000% worth it because I show up better as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, as a business owner. Like so much has changed in the, 6, 8 weeks that we've been like working together through HBA. I would pay that monthly if I could get that growth. I would do it over and over again, not just a one-time thing.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your feedback with me. I'm going to go ahead and